I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm a business owner. And so I think right now we got 7 people on my staff that I'm working with, and we're building a phenomenal, a lot of the headaches that in the day-to-day operations of business that you guys have in your day-to-day life, right? It's a microcosm of the macro. And so a lot of those challenges, I literally use this tool in working with my people. How many of y'all ever been in a relationship and you weren't able to be your natural self? Like at some point, and I know y'all just starting with life, and you weren't able to be your natural self, right? How did that turn out? Was it a wonderful relationship? Are you still with the person? And that's what the tool is. It's going to help you be your natural self and maintain those results. Get the results that you want. If you are not your natural self, you will not be successful. It doesn't make any sense for you to come to a place that you spend the majority of your time at probably, and the pressure that comes along with it, and you're not developing yourself as an individual. And this is what most people don't catch. You think you just coming to work every day. You come in some place to learn, to grow, and develop as an individual, and then the bigger part as a team.
I'd say they definitely need to look at bringing them out, because you can never reach your full potential without something like this, because you don't realize how certain things could work better until you have an understanding of who each person is, and the way that Kendall does it kind of opens you up in a new way of looking at things.
One of the things that I've learned as I travel around this country and I work with different companies and different organizations and different teams, especially when you work with a team on a day-to-day basis, it's always great if you can connect with your team members. In a more intimate way. Because in order for you guys to grow together, you have to know something about each other. You work with people every single day and you don't know anything about them because in your mind you're like, we just work together. No. You are working together for a goal, for an objective. When you know something about the person that you work with, things start to make sense. Championship teams are made up of individual championship players. You guys won't be a great company as a team unless each of you individually is great or a champion at your role. It don't matter what you do. You got to be not the best, your best. You have to give 100%. Every championship team is made up of individual championship players. And from this day going forward, you guys have to say, who am I and what area do I need to be great in? Do I need to be my best self in? You can't assume that your teammate is doing X, Y, and Z. There are times when, as quiet and as laid back or as introverted as you are, there are times when you're going to have to step up and communicate effectively so we can get to the championship. When you're not performing at a high level individually, you're going to lose.
In today's world, this is very important. With social media, with the way things are so fast-paced and always ever-changing, Kendall has a way of bringing it all together insofar as a collaborative work environment. I think it's a good idea to educate people, remind them for all ages.
What is your superpower? What is that thing that you have inside of you? I want you to write them down. I want you to write down at least one superpower that you know you have. Superman doesn't use all of his superpowers. Like, he ain't always flying, always being impenetrable, always. It depends on what's in front of him, where he decides what he's going to use. Wonder Woman ain't always throwing the lasso of truth on people. Sometimes she's just throwing them places. Big Mama knew when to say something, and she knew when to be quiet. I just learned, maybe this past year, you know who you are, but you really don't know what your gifts are. But if you don't understand what your strengths are, how are you going to be successful?
You wouldn't think that you would need it, but you actually do need it, because you would find out some things about yourself that you had thought before or that you didn't even know, and you needed to know it because that one change could make a whole difference about knowing yourself.
I realized that the person that I am today, I have always been. But because they used to call me arrogant, they used to say these things, I was trying not to be who I was. When in truth, I should have maintained who I was, but be mature in it. But when I became self-aware, that's when the game started changing. You have to understand who you are.